In the vast expanse of biblical literature, parables serve as timeless narratives offering profound lessons about life, faith, and human nature. One such parable, the parable of the rich fool, found in the Gospel of Luke, stands as a stark reminder of the dangers of greed and the importance of seeking true wealth. This simple yet powerful story invites us to examine our own priorities and consider what truly matters in the grand scheme of life. Let us delve into this ancient tale and uncover its enduring wisdom. The parable introduces us to a wealthy landowner blessed with an abundant harvest. His fields stretched as far as the eye could see, a sea of golden wheat swaying gently in the breeze. The landowner, a man of considerable means, had always enjoyed the fruits of his labor, but this year was different. His fields yielded crops far beyond his expectations, overflowing his storehouses. The sheer volume of the harvest was unprecedented, filling every available space and then some. It was a sight to behold, a testament to the fertility of his land and the hard work of his laborers. This man, accustomed to a life of comfort and material possessions, found himself facing a delightful dilemma: what to do with such surplus. His home, adorned with the finest luxuries, now seemed even more opulent with the promise of additional wealth. The sheer volume of his harvest presented him with a unique opportunity to expand his wealth and secure his future. He pondered the possibilities, each more enticing than the last. The surplus was not just a bounty, it was a chance to elevate his status and influence. His mind raced with possibilities. Should he build larger storehouses to accommodate the excess, or perhaps invest in new ventures that could yield even greater returns? The options were endless, and each one seemed more promising than the last. He could invest in more land, expanding his already vast holdings. The thought of owning even more fertile ground was tantalizing. With more land, he could grow even larger crops, ensuring that his wealth would continue to multiply. He could sell the surplus grain and amass even greater riches. The market was ripe for such a bounty, and the profits from selling the excess could be astronomical. It was an opportunity to not only secure his future, but to cement his legacy as one of the wealthiest men in the region. The world, it seemed, was his oyster, and he, the master of his own destiny. With so many opportunities at his fingertips, the landowner felt a sense of exhilaration. The future was bright, and the possibilities were endless. He stood at the threshold of a new era, ready to seize every opportunity that came his way.
Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Look at the abundance that surrounds you, the fruits of your labor, the rewards of your hard work. Relax, eat, drink, be merry. Enjoy the luxuries that life has to offer. You have earned it, haven't you?
As the rich man contemplated his options, he began to think about the future. What more could he do to secure his wealth and ensure his comfort for years to come? A plan began to form in his mind. He would not just rest on his laurels, he would take action to further solidify his status and wealth. He would tear down his existing barns, structures that once symbolized his prosperity, but now seemed inadequate for his grand vision, and replace them with bigger, more impressive ones. These new barns would be a testament to his success, a physical manifestation of his achievements. These new barns would house his vast harvest, a testament to his success and a guarantee of future comfort. They would be filled to the brim with the bounty of his fields, a sight to behold. With his wealth safely stored, he believed he could finally relax and enjoy the fruits of his labor. He envisioned a life of ease, free from worry and toil. His words dripped with self-satisfaction. He spoke of his plans with a sense of pride and accomplishment, convinced that he had secured his future. He had achieved the pinnacle of earthly success, or so he thought. Little did he know that life is unpredictable and true security cannot be found in material wealth alone. However, the rich man's self-congratulatory musings were abruptly interrupted. He had spent years amassing his fortune, believing that his wealth would shield him from the harsh realities of life. He thought he had time, that he could continue to build his empire without consequence. In a cruel twist of fate, he received an unexpected summons. It was a call that no amount of money or influence could defer. The message was clear and unyielding, a stark reminder that no one is immune to the inevitable. That very night, his soul was required of him. The darkness of the night mirrored the sudden void that engulfed his existence. He had always thought he could control his destiny, but now he realized how fragile and unpredictable life truly was. Death, the great equalizer, arrived unannounced, paying no heed to his carefully crafted plans or his accumulated wealth. It did not matter how many assets he had or how many people he employed. Death came with a finality that rendered all his efforts meaningless. The bigger barns, symbols of his earthly ambitions, stood unfinished, a stark reminder of the futility of his pursuits. He had always planned to fill them with more, to expand his holdings, but now they stood as empty monuments to his misplaced priorities. The man's wealth, so painstakingly acquired and jealously guarded, could not buy him a single extra breath. He had invested so much in securing his future, yet he had overlooked the most important investment of all, his own soul. It could not purchase immortality or secure his happiness. In his final moments he realized that the true treasures of life were not material but spiritual. His riches could not comfort him now, nor could they accompany him into the afterlife. In the blink of an eye, his priorities were thrown into sharp relief. The things he had once deemed so important now seemed trivial. The relationships he had neglected, the moments he had missed, all came rushing back to him with a painful clarity. The things he had labored for, the possessions he had accumulated, paled in comparison to the reality of his own mortality. In the end, it was not the wealth he had amassed, but the love he had given and received that held true value. His life's work, now seen through the lens of his impending death, seemed like a hollow endeavor. The realization dawned too late, but it was a lesson that echoed through the silence of his final night.